Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time you are coming across this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we drop content. On this channel, we drop meaningful and educational contents back to back. And to my returning subscribers, I want to say a big thanks to you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your trust. Without wasting more time, let's dive into today's content. Victory does not end a story. It begins a new one. For Nzinga Mvemba, the throne was reclaimed, but peace came with a price. The Portuguese had returned, not with swords but with crosses, and the boy who once lit a flame now faced the greatest question of all. Would Congo belong to its ancestors, or be baptized in foreign fire? They brought a cross, but behind it marched cannons. They spoke of salvation, but bartered in slaves, and in the heart of Congo, one king stood between faith and a falling kingdom. This is the story of Nzinga Mvemba, not just the prince who returned, but the ruler who would risk everything to save the soul of his land. After the Day of Ashes, the Kingdom of Congo saw a sunrise unlike any before. Nzinga Mvemba, now king, did not rebuild the palace with gold or war trophies. He rebuilt it with silence, study, and a strange new book, the Bible. You see, before the betrayal, before the blood, Nzinga had spoken with the strangers from the sea, the Portuguese. They came with polished words and painted saints. They offered education, trade, and the one true faith. And Nzinga, seeking peace, unity, and a moral code to rebuild Congo, embraced Christianity. He was baptized as Dom Afonso I, took to wearing a cross over his royal robes, and declared that his kingdom would follow the Christian way. But faith is never simple, and neither is power. Nzinga wrote letters to kings of Europe. In one letter to the King of Portugal, he pleaded, "Send us priests, teachers, not merchants and muskets. Let Congo learn God's ways, not your greed." And at first, change bloomed. Schools were built. Children learned to read and write in both Kikongo and Portuguese. Royal decrees were made in the name of both the ancestors and Christ. But the shadow behind the cross grew longer. Portuguese merchants weren't just interested in gold. They wanted people, bodies to be shipped across the ocean. Slavery, once rare and bound by Congo's customs, exploded, and even Christian leaders cloaked in white robes were bargaining for souls. Nzinga was furious. He saw entire villages emptied overnight, children stolen in the name of profit. Even some nobles, his own councilmen, began trading the innocent for European weapons. He sent letters again. "Stop the kidnappings. We are not your colony. We are a kingdom." But Portugal did not listen, and so Nzinga made a choice. He stood in the great cathedral of Mbanza, Congo, and declared, "If Christianity means chains, then we have misunderstood Christ. We will follow God, not greed, and we will stand, not kneel." He expelled corrupt priests, banned foreign slave traders, and reminded his people, "Congo may wear the cross, but never the collar." This was not a war of swords, it was a war of spirit. Nzinga funded schools rooted in Congo tradition and Christian ethics. He trained a new generation of leaders, both learned and loyal. He reshaped Christianity into something uniquely Congolese, a faith that honored ancestors, protected the innocent, and defied empire. But this balance, this fragile dance between worlds, came at a cost. Nzinga died with hope in his heart, but he knew the Portuguese would not stop. Still, he left behind more than a crown. He left behind a blueprint of belief without betrayal, of faith without forgetting where you come from. Nzinga Mvemba's story is not one of defeat, but defiance. He stood at the crossroads of cultures with one hand on his people and the other on the heavens. And in his fight for Congo's soul, he became more than a king. He became a guardian of legacy. Join us in the next episode of Untold African Empires as we begin a new chapter. The golden sands of Mali await. Moral of the story: not every war is fought with swords. Some are fought in the heart, between what is right and what is easy.